Nickelodeon is still a channel dedicated to live action and cartoons. But nowadays it's now a SpongeBob and the Loud House Network, and nowadays it's disrespecting Steven Hillenburg's wishes with no spin-off series. But right now we need to talk about its animation channel, its sub-sister channel, Nicktoons Network. Or simply Nicktoons or Nicktoons TV. Nicktoons TV, or formerly Nicktoons Network, is an American paid television channel that is owned by Viacom CBS Domestic Media Networks. The channel is mainly geared towards children ages 7 to 14, similar to Cartoon Network's demographic at the time. It originally broadcasts reruns of old original animated series from sister network Nickelodeon, branded as Nicktoons, along with some other animated shows and feature films. Now, many of their programs were Rocket Power, Doug, Rugrats, Hey Arnold, and many more. They're basically from the '90s Nickelodeon. Yeah, many of their programs were SpongeBob, Fairly Odd Parents, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2012, as well as some newly acquired shows like Alvin and the Chipmunks and the Smurfs nowadays. And they also air action shows as well. Who knew? My Life as a Teenage Robot, Avatar, All Grown Up, and The Adventures of Jimmy Neutron, Boy Genius, and Chalk Zone. All the Nicktoons. Yeah, that's right. It goes all the way back, and on May 1st, 2002, as a channel of Nicktoons TV, as Nicktoons TV. But before the separate channel was founded, Nickelodeon aired a Nicktoons block on Sundays, just Nicktoons. It airs on Sundays. It airs various of the programs that Nickelodeon still airs that time. Nicktoons was launched as a standalone channel on May 1st, 2002, as Nicktoons TV, as part of the digital cable exclusive MTV Digital suite, in order to entice cable operators to pick up the network and give them a marketing advantage over satellite services. However, by early 2004, Nickelodeon management changed course and offered it to digital satellite services, DirecTV and Dish Network. The network was originally marketed as commercial free, with committed promos involving Nickelodeon Animation Studios, 2-minute cartoon shorts from foreign markets, and former program promotions that had previously been on Nickelodeon taking up commercial time. By June 6, 2005, as the network's distribution increased, the network began to carry regular advertising. In 2005, the network was renamed Nicktoons Network, and it was the only way to poke fun at Cartoon Network. Hence the name Cartoon Network. And now we got Nicktoons Network. Oh, what's this? 2 Cartoon Networks? Okay, not right. But thankfully, nobody cares about the new change. By September 28th, 2009, the network, part of Nicktoons Network, was removed. And the network's logo was changed to be part of Nickelodeon's universal branding effort. So the new Nicktoons logo was unveiled, which will be using as a simple styling that will be implemented with the other Nickelodeon brands as well later that year. The original Nickelodeon Splat logo, as well as the old original Nick Jr. logo and other old original Nickelodeon sister channel logos, were all retired, replaced by a modern age adaptation with the Nickelodeon light bulb front logo? Or is it Mundo Nick? Whether you love it or hated it, the Splat era, as well as the old Nicktoons Network era that were under Simon's Academy up to that point, were killed off to introduce the first of the modern era bumpers coming into the 2010s. As the network blended in more Nickelodeon programming into its schedule, the Nicktoons website was sunsettled, recommending viewers to go to nick.com instead, before eventually being fully redirected to the nick.com domain. And also, not only Nicktoons has unfortunately been declining. Since 2011, the 90s Are All That, a block that airs on Teen Nick, which was now known as Nick Rewind, had launched. All Nicktoons from the 90s were moved to that block at the time, like Hey Arnold, The Wild Thornberrys, Angry Beavers, and Kablam. The 90s Are All That was rebranded as The Splat in 2015, then again in 2017 as Nick Splat, and then again as Nick Rewind in 2019. Yeah, that is not a good idea. Now, according to some people, the 90s Are All That was the reason why Nicktoons died. Did it? Yeah, quite frankly. Seriously, why are all the 90s Nicktoons doing on T-Nick/Nick Rewind and not Nicktoons Network? Yeah, I just going to call it Nicktoons Network, okay? I'm sorry. I just calling it Nicktoons is just don't make no sense now. I wanted to call Nicktoons. I wanted to be called Nicktoons Network and not just Nicktoons. Now, also, just like Teen Nick and Boomerang from Cartoon Network, the channel is used as the burn-off channel to burn off Nicktoons. Now, the channel has aired remaining episodes of the failed Nickelodeon shows that it produced, commonly referred as the Nicktoons Death Treatment. Now, we already had a total of a few Nicktoons that were canned after their move to Nicktoons. These included Breadwinners, which the animators would come back to animate Baby Shark's Big Show, Ollie's Pack, Bunsen is a Beast, Ollie's Pack, as well as Its Pony, Harvey Beaks, and a few other Nicktoons that were canned. The problem with Nickelodeon is that they're very sensitive nowadays. All they care is about the Loud House and SpongeBob SquarePants both have a huge major merchandise of a franchise. And the thing is that Ollie's Pack, Bunsen is a Beast, or Breadwinners ain't getting good ratings. Or they're thinking people ain't tuning in, but they were. They all were until Nick decided to cancel them and move them to Nicktoons, the dying channel that has been irrelevant. And the reason behind all this is because apparently many of its programs that aren't Nicktoons is what it is: live action shows. Yeah, live action. And not only Nicktoons Network was airing live action shows, is that they're trying to follow a channel's footsteps when they air live action, which is Cartoon Network. And everyone's big issue, for some people, what are live action sitcoms doing on a channel titled Nicktoons? Used after Cartoon Network got flack and low ratings after launching CN Real, a programming block that was dedicated to live action shows on a channel that was meant to produce cartoons, on a channel that was meant to be titled as Cartoon Network. Viacom CBS thought it was a good idea to put Nick's live action sitcoms on a channel that is totally meant for Nicktoons. Yeah, what were they thinking? They could just move them to Teen Nick. And also, as for the Splat, aka Nick Rewind, it's not supposed to exist. Besides, all Nicktoons programming that Nicktoons Network aired is still airing on Nick Rewind and not Nicktoons Network. You don't ever why would you move all Nicktoons from the 90s to Teen Nick? Besides that, the only besides that, it should only be airing like the old 90s live action shows anyway, and the 2000s shows like No One Knows Best, Keenan and Kel, classic All That, or the All That reboot. Yeah, really. Seriously, if I was working on Nickelodeon, I would move the Nicktoons network shows that were on Nicktoons Network from 2005 to 2011 to back to Nicktoons Network. Seriously, I'm very serious. Jimmy Neutron should be on Nicktoons. Yes, we already know it's on Nicktoons Network. Rugrats occasionally airs on Nicktoons Network as well, but and I don't see Ren and Stimpy or Hey Arnold on Nicktoons Network. And it's all because of Nickelodeon moving a lot of their newer content to the channel. All the older Nicktoons got removed from the schedule, but Rugrats occasionally airs on the channel occasionally. The Nicktoons series that mostly have been remain are SpongeBob, Jimmy Neutron, and Fairly Odd Parents. The live action shows that Nicktoons Network aired were Mr. Meaty, The Troop, Brain Surge, Big Time Rush, Super Ninjas, Drake and Josh, Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide, Bucket and Skinner's Epic Adventures, The Thundermans, You Gotta See This, Henry Danger, The Haunted Hathaways, 100 Things to Do Before School, Bella and the Bulldogs, Game Shakers, Figure It Out, The Reboot, I think, Webheads, Paradise Run, Max and Shred, all in with Cam Newton, Jagger Eaton's Mega Live, Let's Sync, Battle Shorties, Crashlettes, Nikki, Ricky, Dickie, and Don, The Perfect Show, Double Dare, The Substitute, All That. I think it's a reboot or something like that. And I think Double Dare has to be the reboot too. Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? America's Most Musical Family, Tyler Perry's Young Dylan, Group Chat with Annie and Jaden, Nickelodeon's Unfiltered, Unleashed, Side Hustle, The Astronauts, Are You Afraid of the Dark, The Reboot, Drama Club, and The Barbarian and the Troll. Acquired shows from Warner Brothers Animation were Animaniacs, Pinky and the Brain, and Tiny Toons Adventures. You guys think Kids WB was sharing some of its programs with Cartoon Network? And you're incorrect. They're starting to share its programs with rival network Nickelodeon, aka Nicktoons Network. What the heck? Who does this? Who on earth would share some of their programs with their WB in-house shows with a rival network, which is Nickelodeon? Seriously. Then there's You're on Nickelodeon, Charlie Brown, Pelswick, The Ugly but Ugly Martians, Yakety Whack, Yak, Martin Mystery, My Dad the Rockstar, the Cartoon Network Nickelodeon series 16 from Fresh TV and Cake, Kappa Mikey, Shrugging Before School, Wayside, Rocket Monkeys, Rabbids Invasion. Rabbids Invasion is an acquired show. Digimon Fusion. Yeah, it aired on Vortex. I'm not gonna lie to you. Augie and the Cockroaches. Mercurius Tales of the Ladybug and Catnor. Mizicons. Rainbow Butterfly Unicorn Kitty, which consider as a compared ripoff to Unikitty, to be honest, from Warner Bros. Animation or Nickelodeon Studios. 44 Cats, Lego City Adventures, Lego Jurassic World, Legend of the Asla Nuber, and Ollie's Pack. Always Peck is a Nicktoon widely acquired show. And then there's live action shows like the Power Rangers franchise. Wait, oh, given that they're not supposed to air live action, but they did air Power Rangers. They also aired other acquired series. They aired Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! On Nicktoons? What on earth? There's Dragon Ball Z or DBZ, Dragon Ball Z Kai. There's Yu-Gi-Oh! Arch V, Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal. Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal aired on Vortex and the CW for Kids / Toonzai. There's Dragon Ball GT, given that was on there. Yeah, they aired action shows too. Obviously they aired action shows. Seriously, they're being like Cartoon Network. It had the action genre. Yet they had the action genre, but now they shifted away from action shows. And I forgot there was Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And they moved the show to Saturday nights because they wanted to give out the Toonami ratings. But that's okay. That's okay about that. But was removed on May 23rd, 2021. And then there was Welcome to the Wang. No, that's another show to get booted to Nicktoons. And Breadwars, I forgot once again. Breadwars is still the most hated Nicktoon that it ever pulled. Again, seriously, again, I find it very funny, to be honest, because to be honest, I think I still like it back then, but yeah, I still can't believe it's still hated on. But even Breadwinners ended, even though the show ended, they would later began animation production with Smart Study and Pink Fawn at Nickelodeon to create Baby Shark's Big Show. Yeah. Freight. So, now I don't know what type of animation they're using. Maybe it was produced like Camtasia or Adobe Flash or something like that. I probably don't know. Really, I don't know. I really don't know what type of animation they used. Anyway, Nicktoons Network is still up and running, but unfortunately it's still dipping out because they're losing their popularity in their recent years. Why is this? Well, I think it's because they're airing live action shows, and it's the rise of cable. No wait, I said that wrong. The rise of streaming and the decline of cable. Not everyone is really familiar with Nicktoons TV. Even though it's still the same channel, I think all the live action stuff has seemed to turn people off the network. With Saturday morning cartoons coming back and Cartoon Network trying to go back into the juggernaut genre, preschool, live action, animation, action, and anime and stuff, I'm feeling that Nicktoons Network is going to plummet down even more and starting to get overshadowed by Cartoon Network, unfortunately. And with Nickelodeon starting to shift away from their juggernaut genre, I think Cartoon Network is the only place for us to watch cartoons and animation. And the reason why CN is bringing back live action is because there's live action sitcom fans out there. Even if their live action shows didn't go so well. And I think Cartoon Network is a great place for everyone, even if they have their ups and downs. So my overall conclusion with Nicktoons Network, I'm afraid to say this, it is not going well. Despite it still not being the same, as the network is still plummeting because of the rise of streaming, declining of cable, And moving older Nicktoons to the 90s or all that, aka Nick Rewind. Seriously, who on earth would make a new block on Team Nick and then decides to move Nicktoons programming from the 90s and move it to the 90s or all that block at that time? So let me know in the comments what you think of Nicktoons Network. Do you think it should fix itself? Do you think Nickelodeon should fix it? Probably. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.